Hi guys, welcome to first ever live stream of Fair America. This is exciting, right? This is the day I was looking forward to do this sooner than later, and it's amazing. I remember that I said about this master plan at the end of this end of July of this year, and it took us like around 3 months, and we are here. And I think that the most challenging part of starting a nonprofit is behind us now. Uh, at least getting started, right? Because when you are starting, there are like a lot of the things which are very challenging, from the setting the plan, but then like starting coming up with the fund to start that organization. And then there are a lot of decisions to make, that okay, uh, where to get those services, who helps us to form this organization, who to put on the board of the directors, then who to like, how to come up with a vision and mission properly, how to prepare all those documents, how to create our website, how to, what to put on our website. And that's like tons and tons of decisions which goes into that, preparing that paperwork for IRS, and then making sure that they remain in the compliance, organization remains in the compliance. And those kind of things are putting together takes a while, but I'm glad we were able to finish all of those things now. And today's live stream is about, this live stream is about like telling you a little bit more about the organization, mainly the leadership of the organization. So we gonna uh, tell you a little bit more about the structure, but who is on the board as well, which you can already see. But yeah, get to know more of the board, all right? And then there is another live stream which is immediately gonna follow this live stream as soon as this is over, where we're gonna launch our website. But it's not just like launching the website, but I'm gonna walk you through, guys, through some of the things, why those things are there and how those things work, right? So we are launching our website, so doing those things today. So we are like kind of rolling, right? So it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to this live stream. And anytime you are like joining live, or even if you are watching later, if you have any questions or comments, leave it in the chat. And if it is like, if you post it during the chat, if you have any questions about the organization or about the board who is going to be serving, we will try to cover those as much as we can. Otherwise, we have some questions which we already received before, about this organization or about the board, which we're gonna try to cover as much as we can. So I'm excited. Anyways, let's get started.
So, Manoj, I think a lot of people would have this question. So, let me go ahead and ask that so that you can give some insights on that. So, the people on the board, why did you choose those people? Um, if you can give us some insights on that.
Okay, yeah, that's a great question to get started with, right? And that's, I'm sure that has question has, some people have asked me. This is a question we had discussion as well when selecting the board, and this is one of the very important question, because not, it's not just about like initial board. This is the kind of thing we're gonna look for when we look, when we try to expand the board. These are some of the things we will be looking for as well, right? So as a founder, when I was starting this organization, uh, I had option to select or appoint the board of the directors. And what kind of the criterias I looked for when I was like looking for candidates, right? And some of the things I was looking for, and as you can see, Dixit and Ramesh are on the board right now, and we'll get to know them, more about them. But the criteria I was looking for in the beginning, right, is that one is that they are already actively supporting this movement, right? That's important. It's not something, as a new organization we go to someone who is like, has a non-profit experience or had done something similar, but they were like not doesn't know about this movement, doesn't know about this issue. That wouldn't be very helpful, I believed. So, one thing I looked for is that they are actively supporting this movement already. So, some of the things I looked at that Dixit, right? That Dixit has already traveled to 3, 4 different states to protest along with me when I was like doing my 50 states campaign. And those states were not easy to get to. Like some states he drove. We stayed in hotels, did the campaigning there, and also like Texas, he flew there and led the march as well. So they are like actively already supporting what the kind of the mission of this organization is, right? And Ramesh is same, right? That anytime I did any kind of fundraiser, which I don't think so, I have done many, but he's like first to donate. He is like always, anytime I do live stream, most of the time he's there actively participating. If there are any issue, he will immediately let me know that okay, this is the issue. Ramesh has been like anytime. I think that I did many different things during the past 12 months, and one of the things I did was like we started a campaign to reach out to different senators and congressmen, and he was like actively writing, doing those things and following up as well, that okay, we got this response and how we should respond. He is like always communicating to different media outlets that okay, this is happening, you should cover this issue, also my journey, we should be covering this movement, right? So they were like actively doing those things, but also I was looking for consistency and stability, right? That a lot of the times in the past, sometimes I people will come to me that Hanuj, how we can support you, and they are like kind of very excited when they reach out to me, but that excitement doesn't last for various reasons, and I understand that people get busy, so they are like probably excited for 15 days or something, but then I don't hear from that back then, right? So they are like not just actively advocating, but they are like consistent, and so their consistency and stability were there. One of the another very important criteria I was considering is that they should be advocating with the real names, which they had already been doing, right? That one of the thing which was important for me was that people should know that who is leading this organization. So I don't have any issue with people who are not using their real name for any reason while they are doing advocacy. But if you are like leading an organization, you should be advocating with your real name, because people need to know that okay, who is leading this organization. Uh, so those were some of the things I was looking for. Then Dixit and Ramesh came to my mind, and then I told them that okay, the reason I said the master plan, so I can people has a clear idea, not just people who are contributing, but people who are asking them to be on the board. They have the clear idea that what is the goal of this organization initially is, right? Once they are on the board, then it's like a combined decision to come up with the vision and mission and to change that. So then they have authority. But I was like talk to them that okay, right now do you see any issue with this plan, that how this plan is not good or anything? And if they have small issue, I was willing to talk to them, but they didn't had any issue. They were like okay, this is an amazing plan, and they were on board to support in any way they can. And then also the last thing probably not the last, but this was the last, I think, the major criteria, and kind of an unreasonable criteria, right? That someone who is going to be on the board, they are gonna contribute significant amount of their time and energy, right? But also I asked them that okay, we want to come up with an amount that okay, when we are asking people to contribute $10 a month, we should be contributing much more than that. So on top of the time and energy and all those things, right? And the number we came up with that, okay, like as a board, right now the board and the future board members, they will be contributing at least $50 a month. So we are like putting our money where our mouth is when we are asking other people to support, right? So we are like committed to achieving the mission of this organization. So these were the kind of the criterias I was considering, and probably I also would say at this point is that, like, let's say if I haven't reached out to you for being the board, that doesn't mean that uh, uh, you didn't meet that criteria. But in the initially when getting started, I also was considering to keep it as simple as we can to get to action, right? That we want to get to the uh, uh, action as soon as possible, focusing on taking those action and achieving this mission as fast as we can. So that's one thing we will be considering as well, that adding the future board members as well. That's that are these people coming here are gonna help us to take this action faster instead of slowing it down, right? So those were the kind of things I considered, and we will be like in the future. Now it's not my own decision, we will be voting, but it's kind of like the combined, generally we agreed that this is the kind of things we will be looking for, right? So that's those were the things I looked for.
Thank you, Anuj. Thanks for detailed explanation. So, if you could let our viewers know the organization structures, please.
Uh, yeah, so that's another good question, right? That another question people will have, that okay, what is if the board is in place, how this organization is gonna operate, right? And the organization structure currently, and any non-profit, usually there are kind of two major bodies, right? It's one is the governing body, and one is like the body which is in charge of executing that mission and vision. So right now the board structure is kind of like, in the board, Dixit is president, Ramesh is treasurer slash VP, and I am secretary, right? So that's the requirement of IRS as well, to have the minimum number of 3 board members. So those are the like governing bodies, is that which is in charge of coming up with a mission, vision, and making sure that that organization stays in that path, that they stick to their mission and they don't deviate from that mission, but also they are in charge of making sure that we remain in the compliance, we are doing uh, uh, everything according to the IRS guidelines for the non-profit designation we have, and also making sure that uh, uh, that all the finances are in place, right? That no one is acting out of their personal interest. They, whatever we are doing is that we are serving to the mission, right? So that's the goal of the governing body. Then the execution part, and right now that's the execution part, I am the executive director, but then we gonna grow that part into much more, that we want to hire the full-time staff who are committing to the achieving this vision and mission, and on that, under that staff we gonna create a lot of volunteer opportunities as well, right? That we will need a lot of advocates who are directly impacted by that, and that, but we want to grow it underneath once we have this full-time staff. So right now the structure is like that, that we are committed to vision, mission and vision, make sure that that is executed properly, and then the execution part is gonna be executive director, and we trying to grow that as soon as we can. So, with that being said, I'm sure people would like to know you guys more, and I'll let you guys introduce yourself in your own words. That okay, tell us about yourself. Anything you want to let our viewers know or our supporters know, that what is what would you like to tell them about yourself? Let's start with Dixit.
Sure, let me take the lead. Um, so yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for joining this live stream and supporting us for this cause. I'm definitely honored to be a part of this organization, and I would like to thank Anuj first for providing or giving me this incredible opportunity to be a part of this organization. So my name is Dikshit, and I am based out in Birmingham, Alabama. My journey is very similar to a lot of high skilled immigrants in the United States. Started my journey in 2019. I came to the US to pursue masters at the University at Buffalo, and so far it's been like 5.5 years or more in the US. So it was like around two, two, 2 years ago when I found out that Anuj is actually spearheading this campaign across the 50 states of the US. And at first I was like, what is this? I was confused, like why is he doing this? um, and then slowly I started to learn about it. Also I got opportunity to participate in some of the campaigns. So I participated. I found out that okay, this is something critical which has to be addressed, if not today then tomorrow. And it's been like around 1 to 1.5 years I've been engaging in advocacy with Anuj for this critical issue. So I'm glad I'm a part of this organization, and I would definitely do my part to address this issue. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. How about you, Ramesh? Ramesh, I think you are
I think
muted.
you muted, yeah.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining today, and I appreciate all you supporting this cause and be part of this journey with us. Okay. I've been in this immigration journey since last 9.5 years, but before that, as also I was in US, and me and my family we are in backlog since 9.5 years, and I have two aging out kids who are at risk of aging out, like, and I've been following Anuj last 1 year, probably 1 year, more than 1 year. So I'm trying to. I mean, I didn't travel to any of I didn't get a chance to travel to any of the states, but I've been watching all the live streams most of the time, and then supporting and trying to be part of the advocacy as much as possible. This is a great opportunity for me to be part of this board and take this further. And I thank you, Anuj, for giving this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so thanks. Yeah, and I am really glad to have you guys on the board. That you guys decided to join and support this organization, making sure that it stays on the mission. My next question, I think that you guys kind of already answered this. But kind of if you want to expand on it, that okay, what really inspired you to agree to serve on this board?
Sure, I will take the lead again. So I agreed to serve on the board for two major reasons. The first major reason is that I already seen things which a lot of immigrants like us have seen, going through the same journey as a student, then as a working professional, and path to permanent residence. When I joined Anuj for these campaigns, I think one person came and told me that somebody has to do something, right? And today, I would like to share this information that I just have my H1B. I haven't yet got my I-140 approved. So I know that today or tomorrow it is gonna come in my in my life. You know, it is gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen today or tomorrow. And if something is coming up, then I would rather be proactive than be reactive on it. So I have to take the driving seat of my life. So that is one of the major reasons that if it is coming up in my life, then I want to be a part of it, and I want to do my part. It's not necessary that we'll solve it in one day or maybe 1 month, but it's important to do your part. that is what was the initial reason for which I signed up. The second important reason is, as I started diving into it, learning more about why is it not fair. It comes out of your heart that okay, we have been here for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. People have been here, and um, they have problems such as they have to think a lot when they have to go to their home country, or they have to plan anything out of the US, changing jobs. So it definitely feels that something is unfair in this, and to make it fair you have to do something. So that is the second important reason, that it is unfair. And learning about it for the last 1.5 to 1 year, I've realized it, and I believe that we have to solve it, and this has to be addressed. So those are the two major reasons I signed up to be a part of the board.
Correct.
Great. Yeah, How about you, Ramesh?
Yeah, for me, I think one of the simple reason is, I don't want to regret that I should have done something, for this. That is one of the main reason that, I think I signed up for this. And I've seen Anuj dedication and, his journey, and then definitely, liked that idea. And then I thought, okay, we should be part of this. So that is another reason that, I can say that I was part of this
Mm-hmm.
organization.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, thanks. So, one thing also I forgot, but it's kind of good to point out that okay, we wanted to. Uh, it's nice to have this board, which is like ranges in various ways, right? That and that's what not one of the criteria was, but it's good to have the board. Is that Dixit is not already in the backlog, but he's still focusing his time, energy, and money to serve on the board. And not even on the board, he has been like actively advocating even before he's in the backlog, and which we want to inspire a lot of the others that you don't need to wait until you are in the backlog and you have waited
Yes.
long time because of your country of birth, and then you start doing this something, right? So it's kind of like a Dixis is leading by example, that okay, a lot of the others should do that. If someone says that okay, I'm gonna wait, no, we have people already in the organization who are leading even when they are not in the backlog. Also, nice to have Ramesh as well, that he is married, his entire family is kind of only in this backlog because of their country of birth,
Yep.
and he has children who will age out in 4 or 5 years if this issue is not fixed, and they are going through some hardship and challenges only because of their parents' country of birth. So we have the family kind of in this leadership role, and we are like personally invested in this, that we want to fix it as soon as we can. And the way we have structured, I'm biased, but I'm pretty confident that we can solve it in the next Congress, uh, which is starting in 2025. So maybe sooner, but I am pretty confident that we can reach this goal if we can execute this plan accurately, as I have said when I said the master plan, but also if a lot of the people start supporting this organization as plans. So I'm confident that we can achieve this goal. The one question I see in the chat is that why aren't any of your usual collaborators are on the board? I follow all of their work, and those guys all lead from the front. So I guess that not talking about anyone in particular, right? But if they are already leading from the front, that's great, right? They are already doing that, and we are going to support anyone who is leading this organization. We are not saying that okay, this is the only way we're going to achieve uh, this, we're going to solve this issue, right? Whatever our mission is. So we gonna be supportive of anyone who is doing uh, who is taking actions in different ways, right? So, and also to help this organization, to be part of the organization, it's not something that you have to be on the board to be part of this organization. This is the, we already had the plan in place, right? And that's why one thing, this is kind of going more into detail, right? But when I said this plan, right, uh, if I had got together with few other folks who are actively advocating and got together them and decided to start this organization combinedly, that okay, let's start this, get together and start this organization, then what happens is that initial phase becomes very easier, right? That initial, the fundraising, the way you want to need the fund, now there are more people involved, so it's like easier to get that fund involved. But that's the plus side. What is the negative side? The negative side is that when you get together with the people who are leading from the front, and we are all leading towards, like, working towards the same goal to fix this issue, but they have different ideas on how this can get solved. And then when we try to get agree on the vision and mission, then there might be a conflict in that. And then either everyone agrees on that vision and mission, that's great, but then if they get disagreed, then that plan can fail, right? Because then they are like, okay, no, this has to be done, otherwise we cannot start this organization. And now this idea is like combinedly discussed, so I cannot go on and on my own and start that, right? So this is the kind of thing that starting with the people who are already doing something, that could be the challenges, right? And that we wanted to avoid, is that if that kind of conflict of interest is not there, then it's kind of like challenging to get started. But once we get started, then everyone is on the same board, at least in the organization, that okay, this is how we're gonna achieve it, this is the plan, this is our vision, and this is how we're gonna approach it. It's not, we're not gonna say that okay, this is the only way this issue will be solved, but the organization is gonna stick to it, and then we're gonna start to collaborate, and we're gonna start supporting other people as well as much as we can. Also, uh, for anyone to become the part of this organization to support it, you don't need to be on the board, but one thing is that when we are just collaborating, if they significantly deviate from our vision and mission, then it's not that collaboration stops without any issue. But if they are at the leadership role, then it can get very complicated, right? So one thing we are saying, and as soon as we launch our website, our organization principles, you will be able to see this, right? That we have 10 organization principle, and we're gonna add a lot of the description in the organization principle. But our first principle is that our mission comes first and our ego last. And what that means is that whatever we are doing that we should be able to achieve this mission as fast as we can. And a lot of the small details, if we don't agree on, that's okay, we're not gonna let our ego get into the way. And we gonna ask anyone who is supporting, right, that focus on the mission. It's not about like you are small things that okay, this should be this way, that we can like have a debate on it. But all the things not gonna be exactly the way everyone wants. But I hope people ignore the small thing and focus on the mission, that this mission is critical, because not only because there are tons and tons of, like, more than 1 million people who are directly impacted, their growth and freedom is restricted based on their where they are born, but this issue is also critical for America, that America, the skill-based immigration, it's not based on the merit, and that's hurting America. And they are getting the skilled workers who are doing critical jobs like in the medical field or like cyber security or any this kind of things that can be uh, importance of like national security, right? So this is very important issue, critical issue for us to solve as soon as we can, and all the decision we are making that we can solve this as soon as we can. So I hope test xyz that makes sense. Other than that, if there are no any if there aren't any other questions, I am in the end I'll just try to say that okay, what we are doing is that we're gonna launch our website very soon. The plan right now, the first 3 months is to get this organization started. Our goal for next 3 months kind of is that if we can get at least 5,000 supporters by end of this year, that's our goal, to reach 5,000 supporters who are contributing $10 a month. But our initial little more smaller goal is that to reach our first 1,000 supporter as soon as we can. So as soon as you get our to our website, you will see that pop up as well, that we are working to get our first 1,000 supporters, and that what we're gonna call them is that founding supporters. uh, we not sure what kind of things we gonna give them more advantage than others, but the first 1,000 supporters, finding supporters, they are very critical. And we gonna create a list and keep that there, that in any kind of things if we do, if we want to prioritize, we gonna prioritize those first thousand supporters a lot. We want to get there. What that will help us to do is that hire our first full-time staff. So right now anyone who is working full-time to solve this issue, their main day job is solve this issue is zero. We want to get there to one as soon as possible, and then start growing that team so our advocacy doesn't stop, and a lot of the things we need to do, they start executing on that, right? So they will also start working on building the team underneath them. But we want to get there as soon as we can. So my only thing I would say anyone who is watching is that as soon as we go live, start contributing at least even like $10. And three things I would say is that okay, contribute, subscribe. I have also already posted the Linktree link, which has linked to all our social medias, right? So that's the easiest way to support, that you can start following us, subscribing to YouTube channel, but all other social media. So the more people, the sooner more people know about this organization, the more people will join, and we'll reach to that goal faster, because one goal is that get more people active, get more people know about this issue sooner than later, and more people active. So like subscribe to different social media and tell others to join as well, that anyone you know who can benefit from this, like ask them to support this organization. Dixit and Ramesh, anything you would like to say in the end?
Yeah, I think for getting started, as you said, the best way to support is to share and share, subscribe, donate as much as you could. As Anuj said, um, that we want to work and try to solve this as soon as possible, and your support will motivate us to go a million miles to do and get things done. So please support us.
Okay, it seems like Ramesh's internet was kind of flaky, and I think that he had to drop. So I think that yeah, but it's great that we get to know a little bit about himself, about Ramesh, and yeah. If you have any questions at all about our organization or about the board, feel free to reach out anytime. There is a contact us form on our website, but also you know who is leading this organization. So any of us, feel free to reach out to us anytime. Otherwise, uh, I have scheduled the next live stream for the. Uh, I think Ramesh is here. Let's see.
Sorry.
That's fine. You wanna say anything, Ramesh, before we close? I think it's okay. I think your
Yeah. Um.
internet is.
Oh.
Yeah, your sound is coming, going in and out. So
Okay. 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 No problem.
I think now
Carry
it's
on.
fine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all for your. Thank you all for joining today, and then thank you for your support. Looking forward to bring this change as soon as possible, and let's see. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Ramesh. Thanks, both of you again for agreeing to serve on this organization. And thanks again, everyone who is watching. Uh, uh, Next live stream, I'll start at 5 p.m., right on the dot, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's where I am going to walk you through some of the elements of our website. And then it should be live. So, anyone who wants to sign up already, uh, they should be able to, and hope we will reach that goal as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.